Minutes pass like water through glass. Lynn glances at the door every few seconds. The candles flicker, mocking her patience. Her phone rests face up beside the bread plate. No new messages. No missed calls. She takes a sip of water, pretending it's champagne. Her reflection in the glass looks too hopeful. A waiter stops beside her table, smiling softly. "Would you like to order now, ma'am?" She shakes her head, forcing a polite smile. "They'll be here soon." The waiter nods, pity flickering behind trained calm. 15 minutes become 30. The bread cools. Condensation forms on the untouched bottle. Lynn's fingers trace the linen folds, straightening nothing. She unlocks her phone again. Still nothing. Her chest tightens, the silence pressing closer. Maybe traffic. Maybe they forgot the time. She opens her messages, scrolls up through old texts. Each one about bills, repairs, help. Not one saying, "How are you?" She types a quick "Are you coming?" then erases it. Her throat burns, and not from wine. Across the room, laughter explodes from a birthday table. Parents, children, balloons, celebration. It feels like another world entirely. A notification lights her screen. Her heart leaps, then stops. It's social media. She taps it open anyway. A photo fills the screen. Her mother, her brother Hai, her aunt. All smiling at a bar she knows too well. Bottles of beer, greasy food, bright joy. And right beside them, Hai's brand new motorbike. Chrome flashing beneath neon signs. The caption reads, "Celebrating the new ride, worth every penny." The timestamp hits like a slap. 30 minutes ago. Exactly when Lynn was straightening the napkins. Her fingers tremble. She zooms in, searching for guilt. There is none. Only happiness untouched by memory of her. Her stomach twists, a cold pit forming inside. A new message appears. From her mother. Short. Sharp. "You're not a priority right now. Hope the wine's good." The words knock the air from her lungs. She stares at the phone until the screen dims. The waiter returns quietly, eyes gentle. "Would you like me to open the champagne?" Lynn shakes her head, voice breaking. "No, thank you." He nods, removes the bottle without a sound. Around her, glasses clink, forks scrape, music hums. All the sounds of celebration, none belonging to her. A single tear slips down her cheek. She wipes it fast, pretending to check her watch. The table for 5 gleams beneath the chandelier. 4 empty seats shine back like mirrors. Lynn exhales, the sound hollow. Her first promotion. Her proudest night. Her loneliest dinner. The lights blur through unshed tears. Outside, the city glitters indifferently. Inside, she finally stops waiting. The apartment greets Lynn with silence. She leaves her heels at the door, one toppled sideways. The air smells faintly of dust and disappointment. Her silk blouse clings to her skin, heavy with regret. She turns on a single lamp, pale light spreading thin. The champagne she bought still echoes in her mind. $300 for celebration, no one joined. She pours herself cheap red wine instead. The glass trembles in her hand as she drinks. The taste burns but steadies her pulse. Her laptop sits open on the coffee table. She flips the screen up, clicks on a folder labeled Family Support. Rows of numbers appear, cold and loyal. Rent for her mother's house. Loans for Hai's truck, then his new bike. Hospital bills for Aunt Mai. Every debt recorded, every promise kept. She scrolls to the bottom. The total makes her breath stop. Over 2 billion dong, her 5 years of saving. Money that could have built her future. Money that built theirs instead. She leans back, staring at the ceiling. Her own apartment feels small, worn, honest. The couch second-hand, the rug fatting. Every piece paid for by herself. She opens her banking app, thumb hovering. Tomorrow another automatic payment is due. Her mother's mortgage again. The screen waits for her decision. Lynn exhales, long and slow. Then she presses cancel transfer. A pop-up confirms the change. For the first time in years, she owes nothing. She closes the laptop, silence deepening around her. The city hums faintly outside the window. Her reflection looks strange, older, calmer, tired. She whispers enough. The word feels new, almost sacred. Her phone lights up again. Messages from friends congratulating her promotion. Messages from family asking for money. She scrolls through them, seeing the pattern clearly now. Every hi followed by a number. Every love you ending with a request. Not one asking about her life, her joy, her pain. She opens her photo gallery. Pictures of family gatherings funded by her. Vacations she never joined. Gifts she bought but never received. Her finger hovers, then she deletes them all. The screen goes white, empty as her dinner table. She pours another glass of wine, steady this time. The bitterness tastes like clarity. She grabs a notepad and writes at the top, what I owe myself. Underneath, she lists small things. A birthday call never made. A hospital visit never returned. A simple thank you never spoken. She keeps writing until the page fills. The total debt feels heavier than money ever did. Her phone buzzes again, another message from her mother. Electric bills high this month. Can you add 200? Lynn laughs, a sound sharp and clean. She places the phone face down, untouched. The night stretches wide and quiet. For once, she doesn't reach for anyone. She reaches for herself. Morning arrives gray and soundless. Lynn wakes on the couch, wine glass still half full. Her phone blinks with missed calls. Her mother, her brother, her aunt. All demanding, none apologizing. She silences the screen, sets it aside. The air feels lighter, without the vibration. Coffee brews in the background, bitter and grounding. She sips slowly, thinking of last night's decision. A single button pressed, yet everything changed. Freedom never sounded so quiet. By noon, the messages grow sharper. You can't just stop paying. We're family, Lynn. Don't be ungrateful. Each word lands like a nail in a coffin already sealed. She doesn't answer. Not one reply. The guilt tries to climb back in, whispering old lies. She breathes through it, steady, deliberate. This is not cruelty. This is survival. At dusk, another message arrives. Aunt Mai's voice through voicemail, half pleading. We're worried about you. Paula says we should talk. Then a pause. We're meeting Thursday. Everyone wants to help you see reason. Lynn closes her eyes, understanding the trap. They call it an intervention. She calls it manipulation. She deletes the message without hesitation. Then she opens her notebook again. On the last page, she writes one line. No one can save what they keep drowning. The ink bleeds a little, like relief. Later that night, she searches for her mother's spare key. It's still on her key ring, heavy and cold. She takes it off, lays it on the counter. Tomorrow it will stay under their doormat, where it belongs. Her hands don't shake this time. The next morning, the sun rises pale and distant. Lynn drives to her mother's house, 11 quiet minutes away. The streets are empty, washed clean by dawn. The house stands calm, pretending innocence. She parks, writes a note on the back of an old receipt. 3 words. His toy, your turn. She tapes it to the door, slides the key beneath the mat. The sound of it landing feels final. No tears, no anger, only space. She walks back to her car, wind tugging her hair. When she looks once more at the house, she feels nothing break. Only a weight shifting, leaving her chest. Driving away, the mountains catch the first light. She exhales, the breath almost a laugh. In her rearview mirror, the house shrinks, then disappears. The day opens wide ahead of her. At a red light, her phone vibrates again. She doesn't touch it. The screen flashes her mother's name, then fades. Lynn smiles faintly. This time she keeps driving. This time she doesn't look back. 5 days pass before the storm arrives. Lynn counts 67 missed calls on her phone. She stops counting after that. The silence she chose still feels fragile but clean. Coffee, sunrise, quiet, her new rhythm. Until her assistant knocks on her office door. There's a situation downstairs, the woman whispers. Lynn looks up wary. Your mother and brother are in the lobby. The words hang like static in the air. They brought a motorcycle, her assistant adds. For a moment, Lynn can't breathe. Through the glass window, she spots them below. Her mother smiling too brightly. Her brother leaning against the shining bike. The same one from the photo. A peace offering that glitters like guilt. Coworkers have already gathered near the entrance. Phones out, murmurs spreading. Lynn straightens her jacket, voice steady. Tell them I'm in a meeting. Her assistant hesitates. They said it's urgent. It always is, Lynn answers softly. She walks to the window, watching from above. Her mother fixes her hair, checking her reflection. Her brother scrolls his phone, pretending calm. The sight feels unreal, performance, not love. For years she was the stage, the audience, the sponsor. Now she's done playing. The intercom buzzes again. Miss Lynn, they insist on seeing you. She exhales, eyes fixed on the polished lobby below. Dozens of eyes watch the family drama unfold. Then tell them the truth, she says. I'm not coming down. The assistant nods, relieved. Minutes later, the crowd begins to thin. Her phone lights up with new messages. She ignores everyone. The champagne photo from the empty dinner flashes through her mind. How small she felt that night. How much smaller they look now. By the time she leaves work, the lobby is empty. Only the faint oil stain from the bike remains. Outside, the evening wind feels different. Not freedom yet, but something close. In the parking lot, she pauses beside her car. Her reflection in the window doesn't flinch anymore. She unlocks the door, sets her phone on silent. As she drives home, her brother's words echo faintly. Family helps family. She almost laughs at the phrase. Family helps itself, she thinks, if it truly loves. At a stoplight, her phone buzzes again. Another message, another plea. She deletes it without reading. The sky fades into violet, the city lights blinking awake. Her mind clears like a window after rain. Tonight there will be no arguments, no apologies. Only dinner for one, peaceful and earned. She smiles, a small truth rising in her chest. Let them call it selfish. She calls it finally living. Weeks turn into months, soft and weightless. Lynn's phone no longer vibrates at midnight. Her mornings belong to herself now. Coffee tastes different when it's quiet. She moved into a new apartment by the hills. White walls, sunlight, open air, no debt. Every corner feels like permission to breathe. She arranges books, plants, and framed memories. None of them involve her family. The silence once heavy now feels alive. Her mother's last message still sits unopened. She knows what it says. Blame disguised as love. Guilt wrapped in tradition. She doesn't need to read it anymore. The letter she received by mail was shorter. Just one line. How could you do this to family? Lynn taped it to her refrigerator. Not out of pain, but as a reminder. She reads it each morning like a vow. To never forget what freedom costs. Her weekends are filled with simple rituals. Grocery markets. Books under sunlight. Long walks without checking her phone. Her face softens in the mirror again. Sleep returns, steady and deep. At work, she laughs easily, not forced. Colleagues notice the change. You look lighter, one says. She smiles. I finally stopped carrying people who refuse to walk. They don't fully understand, but they nod. Her calendar now holds plans for herself. A photography class. A small trip to Dalat in spring. Dinner with friends who don't ask for anything. When loneliness whispers, it sounds different now. Not a wound, but an echo fatting. Sometimes, she still dreams of that empty table. The untouched champagne. The flicker of candles, dying one by one. But in those dreams, she stands up sooner. She leaves before the hurt hardens. One morning, the phone rings again. Her mother's name glows on the screen. Lynn watches it until it stops. No anger. No sorrow. Just calm. She opens her laptop, reviews her budget sheet. The column once named, Family Support, is gone. In its place, Future Home Fund. Numbers climb steadily each month. She saves for herself, not for forgiveness. Outside, birds move across the pale sky. She's noticed them more lately. They come and go freely. No guilt follows their wings. She takes another sip of coffee, warm and bitter. This taste, she decides, is peace. She thinks of the word selfish and lets it soften. If survival is selfish, then maybe that's grace. She stands by the window, sunlight on her face. The reflection looking back finally belongs to her. No one else's version. No one else's weight. Only Lynn, unburdened, whole, awake. 6 months drift by like soft wind over glass. Lynn's new life fits quietly around her edges. The view from her balcony opens to pale blue hills. Potted herbs line the railing, steady and green. She waters them each morning, small acts of care. The apartment hums with light and stillness. One afternoon, her phone rings with an unfamiliar name. A coworker, my younger, voice trembling. Can we talk? Lynn agrees, sensing the weight beneath the words. They meet at Lynn's kitchen island, 2 mugs of tea between them. Mai looks down, twisting her ring nervously. I canceled the transfer to my brother, she whispers. Lynn listens, patient. He called me ungrateful, said I forgot where I came from. The pain in her eyes feels familiar, too familiar. Lynn reaches out, rests a hand on hers. You didn't forget, she says softly. You just remembered yourself. Mai's tears spill silently. Does the guilt ever stop? She asks. Lynn smiles faintly, remembering her own long nights. It doesn't stop, she says. It transforms into something lighter, something you can live with. Mai nods slowly, breathing steadier. For a moment, the room feels sacred, quiet understanding passing between them. When Mai leaves, Lynn stands by the window again. The afternoon sun paints everything gold. Her plants sway gently, reaching toward light. Her phone buzzes once more, a message from Uncle Bao. The house is finally listed for sale. She reads it twice, waiting for the ache that doesn't come. How's she handling it? She types. About as you'd expect, he replies. Your brother moved back in after they took the bike. Lynn exhales, no bitterness left. Only distance. Her uncle's next message arrives quickly. No one's blaming you anymore. People see the truth now. She types a simple response. Thank you. Outside, clouds gather, soft and harmless. Lynn returns to her desk, opens her savings spreadsheet. A new column glows at the bottom, travel fund. Enough for 2 weeks in Portugal. Enough for joy without debt. Her calendar reminds her of dinner with real friends tonight. Not obligations. Not guilt disguised as loyalty. Friends who ask about her favorite books, not her bank account. She dresses slowly, calm, certain. Before leaving, she steps onto the balcony again. 3 clay pots hold seedlings from her uncle's garden. Late bloomers, he'd called them with a smile. They take their time, but they're worth it. She touches a leaf, tender and persistent. The wind carries the scent of basil and rain. Her phone buzzes again, an unknown number. She silences it without hesitation. Freedom doesn't always roar, sometimes it hums. She turns toward the setting sun, shoulders light. The city glows below, alive but not demanding. For the first time in years, she feels no pull backward. Only forward, steady and free. Evening settles, gently across the city skyline. Lynn stands on her balcony, wine glass in hand. The air smells of rain and quiet victory. Below, the streets pulse with soft, distant life. Her reflection glows faintly in the glass door. The woman staring back is not the one who waited, not the one who begged to be seen. She breathes deeply, steady and unhurried. Every inhale feels earned, every exhale lighter. Inside, her apartment hums with peace. No calls waiting, no debts unpaid, no noise. Her phone rests face down on the counter. She doesn't need to look anymore. She whispers into the quiet, almost smiling. I'm finally home. The words linger, gentle and true. Her plants sway as if nodding in agreement. The horizon burns gold, fatting into silver dusk. Freedom isn't loud, she thinks it's calm. It's the space you build inside yourself and keep. She finishes her wine, sets the glass down softly. The last light disappears, but she remains bright within.